A High School Diploma-Ged Guide. Chapter 1. High School Education. Ways to get a high school diploma. Generally, there are several ways to get a high school diploma. Going to school regularly during the day. Going to school at night then taking a Ged test. Taking mail order/internet high school courses. Studying on your own and taking the Ged test. Take a high school equivalency test through a high school or local board of education and pass it. These are offered at some online high schools. Proving to college administrators that you have life experience and skills learned at work via taking tests which give you credits for college. As an adult, you can possibly enroll in high school with normal students, take night classes, correspondence courses at home or simply study on your own and take the Ged tests. Check with the Continuing Education Office of your local Department of Education. A little-known way to get your high school diploma is through the National External Diploma Program, which doesn't involve any direct instruction. Rather, you meet with an assessor perhaps once a week for several weeks and go through a list of 65 competencies that you have to prove you can do, like measure a room for carpeting, figure out the amount of carpet needed and compute the cost. If you miss a competency, he shows you how to do it. You come back the next week and try it again. You must take a pre-test before being allowed into the program. 14 states and DC now offer this program. External Diploma Program. 1. DuPont Circle. Number 250. Washington, D.C. 20036-1193. 202-939-9475. CASAS.org/nedp. There are a number of organizations that offer correspondence/distance study whereby you can take high school courses at home, take the tests at home, and if you pass, you get your diploma. For a list of places that offer these programs, contact Distance Education Training Council. 1601 18th St. Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20009. 202-234-5100. Fax, 202-332-1386. DETC@DETC.org. DETC.org. Booklet Directory of Accredited Institutions lists 70+ home study institutions. Books about high school education are at number 373-74 at the library. HS sophomores and juniors can generally take summer classes at universities, sometimes for free. In some states, a high school senior can attend the local public university at the local school district's expense. Find a high school equivalency program. careeronestop.org/find training/types/high-school-equivalency.aspx. High school equivalency/proficiency test. A few states have a system whereby you take a test. If you pass it, you get a high school diploma, no questions asked. You either pass their test or you don't. You can take it if you are under 18 and get high school over with to go to college, or if you are an adult who wants a high school diploma. Go to your local Ged center and ask what's available locally to get a high school diploma. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/high_school_proficiency_assessment. ets.org, General Testing Website. California. California Proficiency Testing. epub 1478. Rancho Cordova, California 95741-1478. 916-319-0791. chsbe@citlink.net. cde.ca.gov/sta-tests/chsbe. cde.ca.gov/ta/tg/sp, California High School Proficiency Examination. Testbooksonline.com/chsbe.hdm. chsbeprep.com. fmpro.scoe.net. homefires.com/articles/proexam.asp. parents.berkeley.edu/advice/school/equivexam.html. Must be 16 years old. New York. Office of New York City School and Community Services. New York State Education Department. Education Building 375 EBA. Albany, New York 12234. 518-474-4715. Fax, 518-474-7948. mc.nic.gov/partel00/pages/1007.html. Texas High School Equivalency Program. Texas Education Agency. Diploma-Ged Program. 1701 North Congress Avenue. Austin, Texas 78701. 512-475-2160. Fax, 512-463-6782. edvprj@t.state.tx.us. tea.state.tx.us/House B. Wisconsin High School Equivalency Diploma Program. Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction. 125 South Webster St. Pub 7841. Madison, Wisconsin 53707. 800-441-4563. dpi.state.wi.us/dpi/dlss/let/geths.htm. Chapter 2. Education Help at Career on Estop. Finish high school at careeronestop.org/ge@me future/education/finish-high-school.aspx. General article. High school equivalency tests at careeronestop.org/ge@me future/education/finish-high-school.aspx. The General Educational Development. GED.com, GED. The High School Equivalency Test. highst.ets.org, HighSET. The test assessing secondary completion. TaskTest.com, TASK. careeronestop.org/find training/types/state-house-options.aspx, state high school equivalency options. Find job training at careeronestop.org/ge@me future/education/short-term-training.aspx. khanacademy.org, Khan Academy. Free online learning in school subjects. Coursera.org, Coursera. academicearth.org, Academic Earth. Free online college classes. Find school financial aid at careeronestop.org/ge@me future/education/pay-for-school.aspx. studentaid.ed.gov/sa/types/grants-scholarships, grants. U.S. Department of Education Student Financial Aid Office. careeronestop.org/ge@me future/toolkit/find-scholarships.aspx, scholarship finder. studentaid.ed.gov/sa/types/loans, loans. U.S. Department of Education Student Financial Aid Office. Work-study is employment offered through the school. studentaid.ed.gov/sa/types/work-study, work-study jobs. U.S. Department of Education Student Financial Aid Office. Free application for federal student aid, FAFSA. fafsa.ed.gov, FAFSA. irs.gov/uac/tax-benefits-for-education-center, tax benefits for education. Veterans. benefits.va.gov/gi bill/get_started.asp, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. collegescorecard.ed.gov, college scorecard. Compare schools. 800 pages of scholarships at careeronestop.org/ge@me future/toolkit/find-scholarships.aspx. At the bottom of the page, find the box that enables you to view 500 scholarships at a time. Apply to college article at careeronestop.org/ge@me future/education/apply-to-college.aspx. Find out about careers including the level of education required. Take these steps to apply. Talk to a school counselor. Enroll in advanced placement classes. Join activities like sports, music, and clubs. Take the SAT or ACT college placement test. Use their websites to register, choose a date and find a test center. Read about different types of colleges, costs, financial aid, and more. Review college websites and request material from the admissions office. If possible, visit colleges. Find out costs. Apply. College applications are typically due months before classes start. Some colleges accept all applicants, so you just need to apply. Request financial aid. Fill out the free application for Federal Student Aid, FAFSA. To save tuition and housing costs, community college is an affordable way to earn a 2-year degree or start your 4-year degree. The U.S. Department of Education sponsors TRIO programs to help students who are low-income and first in their family to go to college. 1-877-US2, JOBS, 1-877-872-5627, or TTY 1-877-889-5627. CareerOnStop.org. collegereadiness.collegeboard.org/SAT/register, ACT.org/content/ACT/EN/register.html, ACT. studentaid.ed.gov/SA/prepare-for-college/students/choosing-schools, types of colleges. careeronstop.org/gedmefuture/education/pay-for-school.aspx, pay for school. studentaid.ed.gov/SA/FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. Chapter 3. The General Equivalency Diploma Test/GED. The GED tests. If you left high school without graduating, the GED tests provide a way for you to earn your GED high school diploma. Getting your GED diploma can pave the way to going to college or some other advanced school. The GED is divided into 4 sections. Math, quantitative and algebraic problems. Science, emphasis on the life sciences, physical science, and earth/space science. Social studies, emphasis on U.S. history, economics, civics, government, and geography. Reasoning through language arts, emphasis on reading comprehension, written communication, and editing. The highest possible score is 200 points. The lowest composite/total score considered a passing grade is 580. You need at least a 145 on each section to receive their GED. Test takers who don't pass THR first time retake the test at a discounted rate. GED testing service waives the $20 testing fee when you retake the test. If a student passes 3 subject tests and failed one, they are only required to redo that subject. Each section takes between 70 and 150 minutes. The entire exam taking approximately 7 hours. You can do the test on one day or do parts on different days. Types of questions are: drag and drop, extended response, fill in the blank, hot spots, selecting an area, multiple choice, short answer. States have varied requirements for earning a GED. There isn't one standard body that oversees the exam. GED.com. Most places charge $30 or less per subject. Know what cannot be brought into the exam room on test day. Pack identification, an approved TI-30XS multi-view scientific calculator, registration confirmation, and a light jacket. Bring water, snacks, and a cell phone for the breaks. Many people who did not finish high school have knowledge and skills comparable to people who did graduate. This idea is the basis of the GED testing program. The GED tests ask questions about subjects covered in high school. The GED tests are given in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, the United States Territories, most Canadian provinces and the Canadian Territories. They are available in English, Spanish, and French. Special large print, audiocassette, and braille editions of the GED tests are also available, and adaptations to testing conditions are permitted for adults with disabilities. 93% of colleges and universities accept GED graduates who meet their other qualifications for admission. If you left high school without graduating, you are probably eligible to take the Ged tests. Contact your nearest Ged testing center or the Department of Education in your state, territory, or province for specific eligibility requirements. It's a good idea to take the official Ged practice tests before taking the actual Ged tests. Comparing your practice test scores with the minimum scores required in your area will help you decide whether you are ready to take the full-length Ged tests. If your scores are high, you have a good chance of passing the Ged tests. If your practice test scores are low, you will probably need further study in one or more subject areas. The official Ged practice tests are available through your local adult education program. You can also purchase the practice tests yourself by ordering Form CC of the official Ged practice tests. If you need help deciding whether you are ready to take the Ged tests or if you want help preparing for the tests, contact an adult education program in your community. Many programs that are sponsored by local school districts, colleges, and community organizations provide Ged classes. The teachers at these adult education programs can help you decide whether you need to study for all of the tests or whether you should spend time brushing up in just a few areas. To get information regarding a program in your area, contact your local high school, adult education program or community college. Look in the yellow pages of your local telephone directory under the heading Schools. Check the listings for the high schools and community colleges in your area. Programs offered by schools and colleges may be listed under the heading Adult Education, Continuing Education, or Ged. You can also call the general number listed for high schools, colleges, or your Board of Education and ask for information about Ged classes. Many study materials, available through libraries, adult education centers, schools, colleges, and bookstores may help you improve your skills. There is also a television series called Ged on TV on the Learning Channel and many public television stations throughout the country. To find out what channel in your area carries the Ged on TV series, call 800-354-9067. You may also call the Learning Line at 800-232-2775 to find out about self-study materials that you may purchase. You can take the Ged tests at one of more than 3,000 official Ged testing centers in the United States and Canada. There is probably an official Ged testing center not far from your home. Call your nearest adult education program and ask for the location and schedule of the testing center near you or contact your state, territorial or provincial Department of Education and ask for the location and schedule of the closest official Ged testing center. The Ged tests measure important knowledge and skills expected of high school graduates. The 5 Ged tests are: writing skills, social studies, science, interpreting literature and the arts, mathematics. These tests contain multiple choice questions that test your ability to understand and use information or ideas. In many cases, you are asked to use the information provided to solve a problem, find causes and effects or make a judgment. Very few questions ask about narrow definitions or specific facts. Instead, the focus of questions is on the major and lasting skills and knowledge expected of high school graduates. In addition to the multiple choice questions, the writing skills test includes an essay section. In this section, you are given 45 minutes to write an essay on the topic given. The topics are designed to be very general, so everyone can think of something to write. More information about the essay is given later in this bulletin. The Ged writing skills test has 2 parts. Part 1 contains multiple choice questions that require you to correct or revise sentences that appear in a writing selection. Part 2 asks you to write an essay about a subject or an issue that is familiar. The Ged Social Studies test contains multiple choice questions drawn from the following content areas: history, economics, political science, geography, behavioral sciences, anthropology, psychology, sociology. The Ged Science test contains multiple choice questions drawn from the following content areas: biology, earth science, physics, chemistry, All questions in the science test require you to use information provided in the test question or learn through life experience. The information may be a paragraph or it may be a chart, table, graph, map or figure. In every case, to answer the questions in the science test, you must understand the information provided or use the information to solve a problem or make a judgment. The Ged Interpreting Literature and the Arts test contains multiple choice questions drawn from 3 content areas: popular literature, classical literature, commentary. The questions measure your ability to understand and analyze what you read. While most literature selections are drawn from American authors, English and Canadian authors are also represented, as are translations of important works from throughout the world. Popular and classical literature selections include fiction, prose, non-fiction, poetry, and drama. Materials in the commentary section include prose excerpts about literature and the arts. The Ged Mathematics test measures the ability to solve or find the best method to solve mathematics problems typical of those studied in high school mathematics courses. Subject matter for the Ged Mathematics test questions is drawn from 3 areas: arithmetic, measurement, numeration, data analysis, algebra, geometry. Separate scores are reported for each of the 5 Ged tests. Ged test results are reported on a standard score scale ranging from 20, lowest possible score, to 80, highest possible score. Your score on the Ged tests is not the number of correct answers or the percent correct. The writing skills test score is a statistical combination of the number of questions answered correctly on the multiple choice section with the score on the essay section. The score for all other tests in the Ged battery is based only on the number of multiple choice questions answered correctly. Passing scores for the Ged tests are established by the states, provinces, and territories that administer the Ged testing program. In general, if you answer 60% of the questions correctly on each test, you will earn a passing score. Your local Ged testing center or adult education program can tell you what the minimum required standard scores are for your area. Most current requirements are set so that Ged examinees must earn scores higher than those of about 30% of today's high school graduates to earn a Ged diploma. Though the score requirements vary from one jurisdiction to another, most requirements are stated in terms of a minimum score for each test or a minimum average score for all 5 tests. For example, a common passing standard score required in any state, province, or territory is 35 on any one test and an average of 45 on all 5 tests. If this were the score requirement in your area, you would need to achieve a standard score of at least 35 on each of the 5 tests and a total of at least 225 for all 5 tests to achieve an average of 45. Ged, CALEC, Center for Adult Learning and Educational Credentials. 1 DuPont Circle NW. Suite 250. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-939-9475. gedtest.org. Ged websites / general equivalency diploma websites. You can take the official Ged practice tests at home. The self-scoring answer sheet will help you decide if you are ready for the Ged tests or if you need to review certain subjects. careeronest.org/credentials/training options/GED.ASPX. The Learning Line. POB 81826. Lincoln, Nebraska 68501. 800-232-2775. Ged, CALEC, Center for Adult Learning and Educational Credentials. 1 DuPont Circle NW. Suite 250. Washington, D.C. 20036-1163. 800-62 MyGed. 202-939-9490. 202-939-9475. gedtest.org. Books about the Ged, General Equivalency Diploma, Substitute for High School, are at number 373.126.15 or LB 3060 at the library. American Council on Education. The official Ged website. asenet.edu/calc/GED asenet.edu/cll/ged/index.cfm, gedtest.org, ged.com, GED Testing Service, gedtestingservice.com/testers/test-sections, breakdown of each section, passged.com/articles/the-ged-test-how-hard-is-it, how hard is the GED test, petersons.com/college-search/ged-test-tips-strategies.aspx, need-to-know tips and strategies for the GED test, 4tests.com/ged, 4tests GED practice tests, gedtestingservice.com/educators/free-par-actist, GED testing service practice test, test-guide-practice-tests.html, test guide practice exams, goodwill.org/blog/career-financial-advice/taking-the-check-out-online-study-options, Goodwill Industries, play.google.com/store/apps/details, id =pocketprep.ged and hl =n, Google Play, itunes.apple.com/us/app/ged-exam-prep-2017-edition/id 670263978 mt =8, iTunes, care.com/ged-tutors, paid tutoring, pueblo.gpod.gov/publications/text/education/ged/case.htm, GED explanation, en.wikipedia.org/wiki/general_educational_development, GED, general education development information, asenet.edu/content/navigation menu/ged, GED testing service, gedonline.org, 4tests.com/exam/exam-detail.asp?id 38, practice GED exam, asenet.edu/am/template.cfm ?section $GED find a GED testing center in your area, passged.com, GED, General Equivalency Diploma, ccps.virginia.edu/career_prospects/trends/education/ged.html, GEDs, floridatechnet.org/ged/lesson plans/lessons.htm, GED lesson bank, stekvon.harcourtachieve.com/n-us/ged test menu, GED online practice, math, language arts, science, 13.org/edonline/adult/index.html, 13ed online, adult literacy and GED resources, 13.org/edonline/adult, 13ed online, adult literacy and GED resources, floridatechnet.org/ged/lesson plans/lessons.htm, GED lesson bank, harcourtachieve.com/n-us/ged test menu, GED online practice, math, language, gedforfree.com, online high school diploma, passged.com, GED preparation tests, GED online courses, 4tests.com, aelweb.vcu.edu/favorite links_ged.htm, aztecsoftware.com, bethelacademy.org/ged.html, cde.ca.gov/ta/tg/gd, dcged.org, edufax.com, en.wikipedia.org/wiki/ged, free-ged-test.cyberis.fr, free-ged-study-guide.becken.com, 4tests.com, free online practice tests, asenet.edu, ACE GED testing service. The American Council on Education offers information on the GED preparation, sample questions, test sites, gedpractice.com, littlelink.ket.org/begin.asbl, literacy link, Prepare for the GED exam through 39 video programs, broadcast by public television, 3 student workbooks and free internet learning activities, quizzes, and practice tests. GEDforfree.com, GEDonline.com, GEDonline.org, GEDpass.com, GEDpractice.com, GED-practice-test.pageroom.com, GED-secrets.com, GED-secrets.com, GED-software.net, GED-test.beacon.com, GEDtestonline.com, GEDtestprep.com, GED-test-questions.cyberiz.fr, highschoolequivalencytist.com, home-ged-test.beacon.com, how-study-for-ged-test.beacon.com, ineed2know.org, jumbo.com/hobbies/files.asp, mahonyinteractive.com/324, meritsoftware.com, my-ged.com/ged_practice_test.html, nbiz.com/ampm/page3, npcc.edu/academics/adult_ed_ged.htm, oltraining.com/b_ged/basic-ae.html, pasco-hernandocc.com/programs/ged, passged.com, pcdi.com, petersons.com/testprep/ged, petersons.com/testprep-channel/ged_index.asp, spoonrivercollege.net/ged, studyguidezone.com/gedtest.htm, testkaren.org, taurusoptics.com/ged_test.htm, usoe.k12.ut.us/adult/ged, Utah, wgbh.org/mbcy/ltc/alri/software, Consumer Information Center, Pueblo, Colorado 81009, 888-8 Pueblo, pueblo.gpo.gov/publications/pueblopubs.php, free booklet, information bulletin on the tests of general educational development, GED on TV, 800-354-9067, pbs.org/literacy/ged/gethome.html. They will tell you if this show is on TV in your area. GED test centers categorized by state. GED testing service. 1. DuPont Circle, NW. Number 250. Washington, D.C. 20036-1163. 800-62 MyGED. 202-939-9490. The thing about the GED test is that they don't want young children to take it and get their GED before their time. It's geared mostly for dropouts and adults. In some states, you can take it at age 16, Arkansas, Maryland, New Jersey, but in most states, you have to be 18 or 19 to take the test, except if you are legally classified as an emancipated minor, then you can take it regardless of age. Alabama GED Administrator. GED Testing Program. State Department of Education. 5343 Gordon Persons Building. POB 302,101. Montgomery, Alabama 36130-2101. 800-392-8086. 334-242-8182. 334-242-8181. Alaska ABE/GED State Director. Alaska Department of Education. GED Testing Program. Dolu DS Division. 1111 West 8th St. POG 25509. Juneau, Alaska 99802-5509. 907 465-8714. 907-465-4685. Arizona State Department of Education. State Director, Adult Education. 1535 West Jefferson. Phoenix, Arizona 85007. 800-352-4558. 602-542-5802, testing. 602-234-8870, classes. 602-254-0265. Arkansas Department of Workforce Education. GED Test Administrator. Luther S. Hardin Building. 3 Capitol Mall. Number 304. Little Rock, Arkansas 72201-2729. 501-682-1970. 501-682-1978. California State GED Office. GED Administrator. California Department of Education. 721 Capitol Mall 6th floor. epub 710273. Sacramento, California 94244-0273. 916-651-6623. 800-331-6316. 916-327-0037. Colorado Department of Education. GED Administrator. 201 East Colfax Avenue. Number 100. Denver, Colorado 80203. 303-866-6611. 303-866-6613, testing. 303-894-0555, classes in Denver. 303-866-6609. 800-367-5555, classes outside Denver. Connecticut Bureau of Adult Education and Training. GED Administrator. State Department of Education. 25 Industrial Park Road. Middletown, Connecticut 06457. 860-807-2110. 860-638-4027. Delaware Department of Public Instruction. State Supervisor. Adult and Community Education. J.G. Townsend Building. epub 1402. Dover, Delaware 19903. 302-739-3743. 800-464-4357. District of Columbia GED Office. GED Administrator. 4200 Connecticut Avenue. N.W. Washington, D.C. 20008. 202-274-7173. 202-576-6308. Florida Bureau of Program Planning and Development. GED Administrator. 325 West Gaines St. Turlington Building. Number 714. Tallahassee, Florida 32399-0400. 850-488-7153. 800-237-5113. Georgia Department of Technical and Adult Education. Director, Assessment, Evaluation. And GED Administrator. 1800 Century Place Northeast. Number 555. Atlanta, Georgia 30345-4304. 404-679-1621. 800-946-9433. 404-679-1644, testing. 404-679-1629, classes. Hawaii Department of Education. GED Administrator. School Improvement/Community Leadership Branch. 634 Pensacola St. Number 222. Honolulu, Hawaii 96814. 808-594-0170, 808-395-9451. Idaho Department of Education. Adult Education Coordinator and GED Administrator. POB 83720. Boise, Idaho 83720-0027. 208-332-6933, testing. 208-385-3681, classes. Illinois State Board of Education. State GED Administrator. COMMunity and Family Partnerships Division. 100 North 1st STC 418. Springfield, Illinois 62777. 217-782-3370. 800-321-9511. Indiana Department of Education. GED Administrator. Division of Adult Education. State House. Number 229. Indianapolis, Indiana 46204. 317-232-0522. 800-624-7585. Iowa Department of Education. GED Administrator. Division of Community Colleges. Grimes State Office Building. Des Moines, Iowa 50319-0146. 515-281-3636. Kansas Board of Regents. Associate Director, Academic Affairs. 1000 Southwest Jackson St. Number 520. Topeka, Kansas 66612-1368. 785-296-4917. Kentucky Department for Adult Education and Literacy. GED Administrator. Capitol Plaza Tower. 500 Merrow St. 3rd floor. Frankfort, Kentucky 40601. 502-564-5117. 800-228-3382. 502-564-5114. Louisiana Department of Education. Director, Adult Education and Training. 626 North 4th St. Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70802. 225-342-0444. 225-342-3510. Maine State Department of Education. GED Administrator. Number 23 State House Station. Augusta, Maine 04333-0023. 207-624-6754. 800-322-5455. Maryland State Department of Education GED Administrator. 200 West Baltimore St. Baltimore, Maryland 21201. 410-333-2280. 410-767-0538, testing. 410-685-0525, classes. Massachusetts Department of Education. GED Administrator. Office of Certification. 350 Main St. POB 9120. Maiden, Massachusetts 02148-9120. 781-388-3300, extension 651. 800-447-8844. Michigan Department of Career Development. State GED Administrator. Adult Education Office. 201 North Washington Square. POB 30714. Lansing, Michigan 48909. 517-373-1692. 517-373-8439. Minnesota Department of Children, Families, and Learning. GED Administrator. 1500 Highway 36 West. Roseville, Minnesota 55113-4266. 800-222-1990. 651-582-8437. Fax, 651-634-8458. Mississippi State Board for Community and Junior Colleges. GED Administrator. 3825 Ridgewood Road, Jackson, Mississippi 39211. 601-432-6481. 601-982-6338. 601-982-6687. Missouri State Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. GED Administrator. 402 Dix Road, Pog 480. Jefferson City, Missouri 65102. 573-751-3504. 800-521-7323. Montana Office of Public Instruction. GED Administrator. 1300 11th Avenue, Box 200 and 2501. Helena, Montana 59620-2501. 406-444-4438, testing. 406-444-4396, classes. Nebraska Department of Education. Director, Adult Education. 301 Centennial Mall South, POG 94987. Lincoln, Nebraska 68509-4987. 402-471-4807. 402-471-2475, testing. 402-471-4830, classes. Nevada Department of Education. GED Administrator. Workforce Education. 700 East 5th St. Carson City, Nevada 89701-5096. 775-687-9167. New Hampshire State Department of Education. GED Administrator. State Office, Park South, 101 Pleasant St. Concord, New Hampshire 03301. 603-271-6699, testing. 603-271-6698, classes. New Jersey Office of School to Career College Initiatives. GED Administrator. 100 Riverview Plaza, POG 500. Trenton, New Jersey 08625-0500. 609-633-0665. 609-777-1050, testing. 609-777-0577, classes. New Mexico State Department of Education. State Director, Assessment and Evaluation. Education Building. 300 Don Gasper, Santa Fe, New Mexico 87501-2786. 505-827-6631. 505-827-6702. New York State Education Department. State GED Chief Examiner. POB 7348. Albany, New York 12224-0348. 518-486-5746. 518-474-5906, testing. 212-803-3333, classes, NYC. 800-331-0931, classes outside NYC. North Carolina Community College System. Coordinator of Adult High School Programs. 5024 Mail Service Center, Raleigh, North Carolina 27699-5024. 919-733-7051, extension 720. North Dakota Department of Public Instruction. Assistant Superintendent. Adult Education and Literacy. 600 East Boulevard, Ave. State Capitol Building, Bismarck, North Dakota 58505-0440. 701-328-2393. 800-334-6679. Ohio State Department of Education. GED Administrator. 25, South Front St. Room 106, First Floor. Columbus, Ohio 43215. 614-466-1577. 800-334-6679. 614-466-4868. 614-466-5015. Oklahoma State Department of Education. GED Director. 2500 North Lincoln Boulevard. Oklahoma City, OK 73105-4599. 405-521-3321. 800-405-0355. Oregon Department of Community Colleges and Workforce Development. Unit Leader, Adult Basic Skills and Family Literacy Unit. 255 Capital St. Northeast. Salem, or 973-10-1341. 503-378-8648, extension 368. Pennsylvania State Department of Education. GED Administrator. 333 Market St. 12th floor. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania 17126-0333. 717-787-6747. 717-783-6871, testing. 717-787-6344, classes. Rhode Island Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. GED Administrator. Office of Career and Technical Education. Shepherd Building. 255 Westminster St. Providence, Rhode Island 02903-3414. 401-222-4600, extension 2180. 800-443-1771. South Carolina State Department of Education. GED Administrator. 402 Rutledge Building. 1429 Senate St. Columbia, South Carolina 29201. 803-734-8347. 800-922-1109. South Dakota Department of Labor. GED Administrator. Adult Education and Literacy/GED Literacy. 700 Governors Drive. Pierre, South Dakota 57501-2291. 605-773-3101. 605-773-4463. Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development. GED Administrator. 11th floor, Davy Crockett Tower. 500 James Robertson Parkway. Nashville, Tennessee 37245. 615-741-7054. 800-531-1515. 615-532-5057. Texas Education Agency. Manager for Continuing Education. William B. Travis Building. 1701 North Congress Avenue. Austin, Texas 78701. 512-463-9292, testing. 512-463-9447, classes. Fax, 512-305-9493. Utah State Office of Education. GED Administrator. Adult Education Services. 250 East 500 South. POG 144,200. Salt Lake City, Utah 84114-4200. 800-451-9500. 801-538-7870. 801-578-8356. Vermont State Department of Education. GED Administrator. Career and Workforce Development. 120 State St. Montpelier, Vermont 05620. 802-828-3132. 800-322-4004. 5161. Virginia Department of Education. GED Administrator. Virginia Office of Adult Education. epub 2120. Richmond, Virginia 23218-2120. 804-225-2075. 800-237-0178. Washington State Board for Community and Technical Colleges. GED Administrator. 319 7th Avenue. epub 42495. Olympia, Washington 98504-2495. 360-664-0288. Fax 360-664-8808. 360-753-6748. West Virginia Department of Education. GED Administrator. 1900 Kanawha Boulevard. East. Building 6, number 250. Charleston, West Virginia 25305-0330. 304-558-6315. 800-642-2670. Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction. State GED Administrator. Wisconsin High School Equivalency Program. epub 7841. 125 South Webster St. Madison, Wisconsin 53707-7841. 608-267-2402. 800-441-4563. 608-267-9448, testing. 608-266-3497, classes. Wyoming Community College Commission. GED Administrator. 2020 Cary Avenue. 8th floor. Cheyenne, Wyoming 82002. 307-777-3545. 307-777-7039, testing. 307-777-6911, classes. American Samoa. GED Administrator. Government of American Samoa. Pago Pago, American Samoa 96799. 011-684-633-5237. 684-633-5772, testing. 684-699-9155, classes. Guam. GED Administrator. Guam Community College. epub 23069. Main Postal Facility. Guam Guam 96921. 011-671-735-6511. 671-735-4422. Marshall Islands. President and GED Administrator. College of the Marshall Islands. epub 1258. Republic of Marshall Islands. Majuro, Marshall Islands 96960. 011-692-625-3394. 692-625-3862. Micronesia. GED Administrator. Federated States of Micronesia. National Government. Palikir, Pohnpei FM 96941. 011-691-320-2647. Northern Mariana Islands. GED Administrator. Northern Marianas College. Adult Basic Education Program. epub 501250. Saipan, Northern Mariana Islands 96950. 011-670-234-5498. 670-532-9470. Palau. GED Administrator. Ministry of Education. Bureau of Curriculum and Instruction. epub 189. Koror, Republic of Palau Palau 96940. 011-680-488-5452. Puerto Rico. GED Administrator. Administration Adult Education Services. Department of Education. epub 190,759. San Juan, Puerto Rico 00919-0759. 787-759-2000, extension 4567. Virgin Islands. Director and Ged Administrator. Division of Adult Education. Department of Education. 44 to 46 Organiztions. Charlotte Amalie. St. Thomas v 100802. 340-776-3484. 340-774-0100. 340-773-5488. Ged in prison. There are probably Ged programs in most state and county prisons. Federal Bureau of Prisons. Education Specialist. Department of Justice. 320 1st St. Northwest. Number 7026. Washington, D.C. 20534. 202-305-3810. USDOJ.gov. Ged in the military. Ask around at your base. DFIN activity for non-traditional education support. Dante's Administrator. Attention, Code 20B. 6490 Softly Field Road. Pensacola, Florida 32509-5243. 850-452-1089. Ged around the world. Although the Ged is mostly an American and Canadian concept, there are many Americans and Canadians living around the world who want to get a high school education through the Ged, and there are others who want to get their Geds too. If you don't live in any of the following countries, contact the one closest to where you live. Australia/New Zealand. Prometric. Regional Registration Center. Level 2, 10, Help St. Chatswood, NSW 2067. Australia. 61-2-9903-9797. Fax, 61-2-94153105. Europe. CITO. Prometric Regional Registration Center. Nieuwe Everstraat 50. 6811 JB Arnhem. The Netherlands. 31-26-352-1577. Fax, 31-26-352-1278. Registration at cito.nl. cito.nl. India. Prometric. Senior Plaza. 160A, Gautam Nagar. Yusuf Sarai. Behind Indian Oil Building. New Delhi 110-049. India. 91-11-651-1649. 699-0637. Fax, 91-11-699-7103. 652-9741. Indonesia. The International Educational Foundation /Prometric. Menara Imperium. 28th floor. Number B. Jalan HR. Rasuna said. Metropolitan Kuningan, Super Block K Number 1. 12980 Jakarta. Indonesia. 62-21-831-7304. Fax, 62-21-831-7306. Japan. R Prometric KK. Keibacho Tower Building, 15th floor. 1-21-2 Shinkawa. Chuoku. Tokyo 104-0033. Japan. 81-3-5541-4800. Fax, 81-3-5541-4810. Korea. Korean American Educational Commission. KAEC/Prometric. Mapoguyeon Lee Dong. 168-15. Seoul 121-090. Republic of Korea. 82-2-321-11233. Fax, 82-2-327-54029. Latin America/Caribbean. Prometric. Latin America/Caribbean registration. 3110 Timonis Lane. Number 200. Woodlawn, Maryland 21244. 1-443-923-8160. Fax, 1-443-923-8569. Middle East/North Africa. Mideast. Prometric Regional Registration Center. 23 Mosdak St. Daki, Cairo. Egypt. 20-2-337-8973. Fax, 20-2-354-0896. People's Republic of China. POB 8717. Beijing 100,080. People's Republic of China. 86-10-6251-0901. Fax, 86-10-6251-5002. 51test.com. Southeast Asia. Prometric. Regional Registration Center. 21A15-1 Faber Imperial Court. Jalan Sultan Ismail. 50,250 Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia. 60-3-467-8610. Fax, 60-3-467-8606. Sub-Saharan Africa. Prometric. Regional Registration Center. Block C, Empire Park. 55 Empire Road. Parktown 2001. South Africa. 27-11-713-0600. Fax, 27-11-482-4062. Taiwan. The Language Training and Testing Center/Sylvan. Prometric. Regional Registration Center. 170 HSIN High Road, Sector 2. Taipei 106. Taiwan, R.0.C. 886-2-2369-1154. Fax, 886-2-2363-8840. Thailand. Institute of International Education/Prometric. Regional Registration Center. 9th FL, Citibank Tower. 82 North Saturn Road. Ban Grak, Bangkok 10501. Thailand. 66-2-639-2703. Fax, 66-2-639-2706. Chapter 4. Canada Online High School. GED Canada. GED.com/Canada. Official home of the GED registered trademark test. GED Coaching Toronto. GEDcanada.net. passged.com/ged-ontario.php. ged.canadaclasses.org. gedcanada.net/what-is-the-ged.html. ed.gov.nl.ca/edu/ged. ged.com/n-ca. test-preparation.ca. canada.ca/en/services/benefits/education/diploma.html. Adult High School Diploma, Certification. gnb.ca. High School Diploma Online, PCDI Canada. pcdi.ca. test-preparation.ca/Canadian-GED. Alberta. 403-427-0010. British Columbia. 604-356-7269. Manitoba. 800-465-9915. New Brunswick. 506-453-8251 English. 506-453-8238 French. 506-453-8234, classes. Newfoundland. 709-729-2405. Northwest Territories. 867-920-6218, testing. 867-920-3030, classes. Nova Scotia. 902-424-5805. Prince Edward Island. 902-368-4693, testing. 902-566-9500, classes. Saskatchewan. 306-787-5597. Yukon. 867-668-8740. Canadian online grade school websites. high-school.pcdi.ca. explore.athabascau.ca. virtualhighschool.com, Ontario Online High School. OTTAWACARLETONE-SCHOOL.ca, Internet High School. Canadian-content.net/dir/top-home_through_1/2/home_school/middle_school/schools/correspondence_schools. cfdctc.bc.ca, High School Diploma Resource. diplomagh-school.com/Canadian High School Diploma. icslearn.ca/highschool. New Brunswick Community College. 6. Aaron St. Campbellton, NBE3 and 3G3. 506-789-2404. gov.nb.ca/ael/department.hdm. A high school equivalency course online.